Okay, so the last error handling data type that's built into Scala is named either. And just like option and try have two subtypes, either also has two subtypes. So as you recall, option has the subtype sum and none as shown here. Try has the subtype success and failure. Either has the subtypes right and left. And we say that these types are similar, but that's a little bit of an oversimplification because as I note here, with either, the right and left types can contain anything. And by convention, right holds the success value and left holds the error value. But technically, you can use those two values however you want. Then in this section, I show how to write make int using either as the result. So up to here, everything is the same as usual. And then after that, we define the either type right here. And the way this works is the right type here is going to be int, and that's going to be this success case right here. And the left type here I've made string. And as I mentioned in previous videos, this type can be anything. And a lot of times what you'll do is you'll just say, well, I have this number format exception down here, and I just want to return that exception. So you might just return E right there inside of the left. But to make things a little bit different, I've returned the message from E right here. And that message, the get message method, returns a string. So that's why this type here is a string, because that's the left. And the left contains a string. And the right on the success case will return the int. And again, the int is what you really want in the success case. And the left is what you're going to get in the error case. So we can switch over to the REPL, the Scala REPL. So I just pasted that code into the REPL, and you can see that that works as desired. And then I can show, just like I did in the previous lessons, how this works. So here's a for expression. I'm calling make int 3 times in this area right here. So I pass in a 1 as a string, then a 2 as a string here, and then a 3 as a string there. So all of those are going to succeed. So when this returns, maybe sum in this case should get the int value, and that int value is going to be wrapped inside of a right, which we see right there. And similarly, if one of these should fail and one of them says hi mom or something to that effect, now that's going to fail, and we'll see maybe sum has the type left, and then the left contains a string. This should all be enclosed in double quotes. So this all is a string. And then it says for input string, hi mom. And that's again because I did not return the exception in the code here. I didn't return that little exception right there. Instead, I returned exception.getMessage, and that is a string. And that ends up being the string right there. So if you've never used anything like this before, either might look a little complicated right there. But I hope I just showed you it's not too hard to use. And once you've seen it once or twice, it's not too hard to understand either. On the next page of the book, I show here that I do return an exception. So instead of being an either of string and int, now it's an either of exception and int. And that's because, as I mentioned before, now I just return the E, and it has this type number format exception. So now that I return E, this one is an exception in the left position. And if you should have a failure, like this one right here, now you see that this one is actually going to be a number format exception inside of here. And as I have mentioned, the right position, again, this is a convention. That's the point I'm trying to make. The right position contains the success value by convention, and also by convention, the left